Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Jurassic World Evolution 2. Now, you may be asking yourself, Moretti, why did you open at this? Well, it's very simple. So I can get a good PNG screenshot of this in order to put it as a thumbnail for every single one of the videos up till now. So you'll get some level of sameness for everything. You'll know what game this is. Yeah, because we can't afford to hire a thumbnail artist when we're making $0 and 0 cents off ad revenue. Yeah, monetization is a real mean mistress. Okay, so uh, let's delete these sandbox saves. Let's get started with something brand new. So obviously we want a square level here because it's really awesome. I like the tropical myself. We'll have creatives, all buildings. Yeah, Jurassic World staff and guests. Yeah. Scientists, we won't worry about that. No power requirements. Here, let's change that. Okay, so no egg failures on, no disease, dinosaur injuries. Let's turn those on. Dinosaurs can be injured. Dinosaurs can starve. Yeah. Uh, yeah. Dinosaurs don't dehydrate. That means they can be. Dinosaur lifespan's unlimited. Let's no. Let's not do the status checks. That's just annoying. Yeah. Unlimited feeders. Yeah, they're on. Let's just say normal escapes. Um. Eh. Uh. Dinosaur comfort. Well, of course that needs to be on. Frequency normal. Herbivores able to initiate fights. Of course. Yeah. We can send and summon. Let's do unlimited traits. Why not? Normal cohabitation. Yeah. Nah, we don't need any of that. Invincible vehicles off, infinite fuel on, sabotage risk off, instant construction on. Yeah, sure, no one wants to wait for a building. Limited cash, appeal difficulty, guest count target. Let's, yeah. Guest count target. Uh, yeah. Okay, let's look at the environment. Say calm. Day-night cycle, 30 minutes. Decoration foliage for all biomes. Yep, okay. Let's start the game. Yeah, this is going to be a very big park. Okay, look, nobody wants to stare at a big open field of nothing. Okay, so let's go ahead and get this pop stand opened, okay? So first things first, we need an arrival point. And obviously, we want the arrival point to be near the edge of the park. So let's start with that. see. What does the... Here, let's just go for the normal Jurassic World stuff. There we go. Rival point. Okay. So. Okay. And yeah. Let's pull it away from the wall just a little bit in case we wanted to have some kind of thing behind it. But yeah, this is our arrival point. Yep. That right there is what all of the guests are going to see. Now we have some luxury main thoroughfares here. Uh, okay, and then there. Okay. So that'll be a good place to start. Yeah. Now, the real question is, how do we want to divide this park up? Obviously, we didn't get to touch on the aquatics very well throughout the course of our playthrough, nor did we get to touch on the aerial dinosaurs very well. Now, we got to touch on a lot of different species of land dinosaurs. So I'm thinking that this park should be a love letter to all those little species that never really got addressed in any of the campaigns or the Chaos Theory missions. And really, it's going to be a love letter to, well, the park manager's pack, I think, would be good there. Because I have all the expansions and DLC packs from both Jurassic World Evolution 1 and 2. So I'd like to start by building something truly nice. I'd like to start by making an aviary that can house a few different species of birds that we weren't able to have in any of our parks due to their fussiness or, you know, their general inability to deal with other big pterosaurs of their kind. Okay? So, okay, yeah. Okay, so there's aviary number 1, aviary number 2. And I'm going to want to make an aviary number 3, obviously. Just... Okay, and then we'll delete the connection there. Now we'll put an aviary hatchery on each of these. It annoys me how I place one and then it immediately exits me out here, as if I'm not allowed to do anything else involving that. Okay, you see that? That is highly annoying. Plan on placing multiple here. Why are you shutting me out every time? There we go. Now we can work on making some tasteful pathing. We're obviously going to want main thoroughfares everywhere here. Okay. Okay. Let's keep going. We're making a goddamn brittle star here. Oh, here I am. I'm accidentally gonna make an elder sign. Okay, there we go. So, we have our aviaries set up. First thing we should probably do is establish some restrooms and emergency shelters here. Okay. So that all of our guests will feel that we actually care for their comfort. And then I think a large hotel would be very nice to have near here. Simply because guests enjoy large hotels. And also, these creatures are the least likely to murder and kill all of our guests. So that's something. Something that we would very much like to not happen. And so putting the guests close to the aviaries will mean they have ample opportunities to not die. So I'm thinking we'll call this area the Aviary Resorts. It's got a nice Universal Studios-esque kind of feel here. It's like a, yeah. And I'm totally not taking it out on Universal, but you know, they in fact never did, you know, give us a free copy of this game. Even though I have been a huge fan of the Jurassic World franchises for literally forever. Well, my entire existence, at least. Okay, and now we'll make a paleo-medical facility right next to this. And we'll connect these two up. We'll just use straight line physics on that. There. Now, see, since our park is not going to be a centralized morass of hell and stupid, I know how to make a park that actually works and looks good. And the first thing we're going to need to do is attach this to here. Now, the thing about these monorail tracks is you can always come back and edit them at a later time. And so that's precisely what I'm planning on doing. Let me make a station somewhere like maybe... No. You don't want to make it there. Making it in the corner is just a good way to limit your options. And that's not what we're about here. We don't want to limit our options. We want to expand the options. Okay? So now we'll run the path further out, like so. And boom, everything's connected up. Now, guests are probably going to get hungry. So let's see if we can find some good spots for amenities here. Ah, here's a good spot. Large amenity there. Okay. We'll do another. Let's see if we can find another spot to squeeze in a large amenity. I suppose we could just put it right over here. And then, of course, we can put another shop over here for that. Okay, then. So, let's get started in making some flying reptiles. So let's see what all we have. So first things first. Let's do advanced equipment and accelerated growth. That'll help everything move faster. Okay. So let's look at the Tropiognathus. Also, let me see if anyone's... Nope, nobody said anything. Fortunate. Okay. Random. Of course we want random. Yeah, we want a nice variety. Okay. So we'll make sure he's quenched. We want him long-lived. Yeah, long-lived is good. Let's have him humble, accommodating, and tolerant. Because that's what we want. We want an animal that is humble, accommodating, and tolerant. Okay. So let's save that, and we'll begin the task. Now, to Tropiognathus. I know that doesn't sound very promising, but, So he'll want forest, fish, and open space. So we need to find some species that are tolerant of Tropiognathus. What species does Tropiognathus like? It doesn't like anything, but it's fine with everything but Tapejaras. So I'm thinking we'll give this one, Jehalopterus, a chance. We'll give them this exhibit with Tropiognathus. And let's make sure they're long-lived. We don't really need them to be social, but we do want them to be humble. We want them to be tolerant. And we want them to be accommodating. Okay, so we'll begin that task. Okay, so in the meantime, let's make an exhibit that will work out for them. Okay, so we got some water here. Let's give them. Oh, yeah. Let's give them some sand over here. Yeah, lots of sand. We'll give them some nice dense forest. We want dense forest. Then we'll go for some lighter stuff over here. Yeah, that's good. Then we'll come around with the insectivore feeder. We'll put it down right here. We'll put it down right over here. And then the fish feeder, piscivore feeder, we'll put here and here. Okay. So that'll give them a nice selection of different foods to eat. Then let's give them some rocks and stuff to land on. We got tropical rocks here. Let's give them a good selection. Ooh. Okay, and then finally, something I always like to add in these exhibits because it's made specifically for them. They have multiple aviary landing spots for the animals to touch down on. So we're going to give them plenty of that. And you know what I like about this attention to detail they have in this game? It sounds like it's raining outside, but it's not inside. You know, that's part of the thing. Well, look at that. Charlie has finally arrived after we finished the entire campaign.
The Tropiognathus is one of the larger pterosaurs and is known for its keel-tipped snout.
And he wants to become a drug dealer. Ah, look at that beautiful creature. I've never seen something with such a large keeled beak since I was in Ark Survival Evolved. Yep. Okay, now let's release him. These little Jehalopterus. Fly, my pretties, fly! Okay, so that's good. Now, I think we could probably synthesize one more species here. Let's look at these. Okay, so Pterodactylus, they like Quetzalcoatlus, so we'd probably want to keep them in an exhibit with one. Okay. See about Thanatos Dracon. They like Pteranodon, so unfortunately this wouldn't be the exhibit. Marodactylus doesn't like anything. So we could put Marodactylus in there. Or we could look around here. Now, Geosternbergia likes Pteranodon and Tropiognathus, but Disungaripterus doesn't. Barbadactylus likes Quetzalcoatlus. I think Disungaripterus would probably be the best choice. So let's modify that genome. Okay, we're going to make sure they're humble. tolerant, and accommodating. And then, of course, we got to establish random skins per egg and random colors per egg. Okay, and I think this will be the last species we add to this exhibit. Well, Charlie hasn't said much since he came in here and announced that he wanted to be a drug dealer. Ah, look at them go with their big banana-shaped heads. Well, lumpy banana-shaped heads, but heads nonetheless. Well, there we go. Things seems pretty good. No apparent hostility here. And there appears to be plenty of food for everything to eat, so... Yep. This exhibit seems to be a rousing success. Okay. Now, let's move on to aviary hatchery number 2. Let's see what we can make here. Dimorphodon. Not really what we're looking for. We could go for Geosternbergia and Marodactylus. Geosternbergia. Oh, wait. We could go Geosternbergia, Tapejara, and Marodactylus. So I'm thinking that's a good... Okay, so this one needs fish and forest. This one needs fish and forest. This one just needs water. Okay? So I think this is what we're going to do. Let me put in the upgrades here. Advanced equipment and accelerated growth. Yep. Okay. Let's modify this thing's genome. We want it to be tolerant of other species. Above all else, we want it to be humble. We want it to be accommodating. Okay, next we'll do Tapejara. Okay, we'll make it humble. We'll make it tolerant. Make it accommodating. And we'll go ahead and up its defense rating there. Okay. Oh, also, what was the cosmetic? Okay, yeah, we did do random cosmetic. Don't know why Marodactylus came out aggressive, though. Doesn't make any sense. Okay, so this one needs water, fish, and open space. This one needs okay, so this one needs forest, fish, and open space. So we're gonna need water. Okay. Start with that. I'm thinking, unlike the last one, which would be a lake, this exhibit will be more like a long running river. with a few meanders and everything. It'll be more like a tributary delta, I guess. There we go. Yeah, that'll be nice. Very good. Okay, now we're still going to want sand along the edge of this river. Because, you know, rivers carve rock, they come down mountains, they make sand. They're very sandy here. But, we don't want it to be... Don't want it to be too sandy, you know. We want just the right sand level so that we can have some forests here. We want something that says, hey, this ain't exactly your grandma's beach, you know? Yeah, this will be real nice. Okay, and then maybe there'll be some calamites in this one here. Yeah. No explanation, just calamites. Maybe some of those. Yeah. Okay. Now we'll put down the fish. We'll have different feeding areas for them. Maybe the different species don't like each other too much in this exhibit. I don't know. Okay. And now the rocks. We'll need rocks. Some big honkin' rocks. Some crushed Charlie rocks. Kind of rocks that I wish I could throw when I'm angry at someone. Big rocks, small rocks. Rocks you find in your shoe. Just all kinds of rocks. There. I think that's maybe one more there. And then maybe a nice big one. Or two right over there. Sounds good. Okay, and we'll put a few of these flyer stands about so they'll have various places to land and rest because they don't like to be on the ground. We'll put a few lower ones along the river. Yeah, so that the people can watch them. Yeah, and I think that'll be good. Let's release the Marodactylus. Wow, look at that mouth. That is... Hey, Charlie. Charlie, if you're still here, you're going to want to show this next part to Cassie. You're going to want to show this to Cassie right here because... Charlie, look at the name that I just put down. Yeah, Charlie. Yes, well, unfortunately, I can't make a giant bad tooth tub of lard in this game, so this is as close as you're going to get. Anyway. Oh, wait a minute. Why do I have it set to super fast? There's nothing to speed up. Yeah, this is... Okay. So, we finished Marodactylus. Now we'll release the Tapajaras. Ah, look at the beautiful birds. Okay, that'll be good. Let's just double check here. Well, it says it dislikes everything, but it's also supposedly tolerant, so it doesn't really matter. That cancels it out. Okay, and now we have one more species we need to put in here. Let's see. So we said, yeah, we said we were going to do Geosternbergia in this one. Okay, so let's get a random skin color and pattern going. Make sure he's tolerant. Let's make sure he's accommodating. Yep. And then that should be good. Okay, and let's release them. Look at those beautiful crests. Such beautiful wings. I think they're going to enjoy their exhibit. Okay, now for the big one. This is exhibit number 3. So we need accelerated growth and advanced equipment. So we're going to start with the coup de grace. Quetzalcoatlus. Okay, so first we're going to make him humble, because we want him humble. Social, let's not make him that. We will need him to be highly tolerant of other species and highly accommodating, though. Yeah. And I know these things can eat goats. So yeah, it's kind of important that we give him those traits. Next. So we're going to begin this task. And then we have another dinosaur to synthesize here. Pterodactylus. Another species that we didn't get the chance to deal with in the game, simply because they put too many obstacles in the way of doing this. The whole storm mechanics and everything just made a lot of these flying reptiles too risky to keep, unless we were backed against the wall and forced to do it, you know. But now that we don't have to deal with storm problems here, Everything's fine. Instead, let's go for additional bays, because we kind of need more. Okay, next, we got Barbarodactylus. Yeah, Barbarodactylus, another very cool dinosaur. Let's make sure he has a small appetite, everything, but we need him humble. We need him tolerant. We need him accommodating, as well as defensive and everything. So let's begin that task. Okay, so we have Pterodactylus, Barbarodactylus, Quetzalcoatlus. Okay, we also want Pteranodon and Dimorphodon. Pteranodon, Dimorphodon, and Thanatos Dracon in this exhibit. So this is going to be one full bird cage. Actually, let me just change one little thing. Oh, right. We should do the Pteranodon 2001, obviously, because we want random pattern and random skin color for that variant, okay? Okay, and then Dimorphodon. We'd want it random per egg. We want it humble. We want it tolerant. We want it accommodating. Yeah, okay. So we'll begin that task. Okay, so let's before we get any further along, I suggest we start off with the water. Now, obviously, these animals are going to need a good deal of water because of the amount of fish that they're going to be ingesting. I mean, this is a lot, even by dinosaur standards. So I think there should be a big central lake area here. Okay? And then there should be some water over here. Thinking some nice grassland shrubs over in this area. And we'll have a goat feeder and a couple of fish feeders here for our Quetzalcoatlus. Okay? Now, for the terrain, I'm thinking we go for a different motif. Let's go for rock. Say that this is a more coastal area here with rocky shorelines. Okay. None of our dinosaurs here actually need trees, right? I didn't think any of them did. Um, yeah, none of these dinosaurs actually need any trees here. So it might actually be better if we have no trees, because they don't want them. Okay? So I'm thinking we can do a few little scattered palms here, but, no big major forests. Like, okay, now we'll make the rocks. Yeah, we'll make big old piles of rocks. Rock piles you could crush your grandma with. Okay, probably need to add some more fish stocks because it's going to be a bunch of different flyers here, and we want them all to be accommodated and comfortable and not too overly crowded. Okay, we want to make them feel like, okay, sure, this is a busy exhibit, but it's an exhibit that I can happily live in because I can get away from some of the other dinosaurs and here. And I'm thinking we won't have any low-level resting platforms. We're just going to have, actually, we'll have a couple here in the middle. We'll have a couple in the middle here, and maybe one right over here on the edge. But that'll be it. That's it. Okay? So we'll start with Dimorphodon. We'll release them.
Now, you'd think a mouthful of teeth would be scary enough, but this animal, the Dimorphodon, actually has two distinct types of teeth in its jaws. And it flies.
Ooh.
Well, more accurately, glides.
That doesn't look like a glide. Okay, now let's release the Pteranodons. Oh, look at them. They're beautiful.
The more I've studied these animals, the more I've noticed that there's a fine line between fascination and fear. Prehistoric flying reptiles like the archetypal Pteranodon have captivated my imagination since I was young. Yet there's something about these creatures that makes me feel somewhat cagey, shall we say?
We see what you did there, and we're ashamed of you. Now let's go for Pterodactylus.
Honestly, the flying animals concern me the most from a security standpoint. We can round up escaped land animals, but when they take to the sky, all bets are off. This is the Pterodactylus, and we need to make sure it stays confined to the aviary. The only known species of this animal before today was named after the Latin name for frightful. That should tell you something.
Yeah, it looks ugly. That's literally the only reason why it would be named that. Now we'll release Barbaridactylus. Oh, that one was running. That was cute. Okay. So it seems like everybody's happy so far. Let's synthesize another Quetzalcoatlus. And then let's modify this one's genome for Thanatos Dracon. I'm only planning to have 2 of these in the whole exhibit. So I'll go for those 2. And we'll speed that up. Why is their comfort so low? Oh, they don't have any sand. Okay, I'm sorry, but Barbaridactylus, I can fix that pretty easy. We'll just put sand here in the middle, and that'll sort of offset the whole thing you got going on over here. Okay. How's everyone else's exhibit experience going? They're all peachy, I take it. Yeah, everybody else is just having a dreamboat here going on. Okay, well, let's release Quetzalcoatlus number 1. Gotta love an Azarchid right there. Look at that!
They say everything is bigger in Texas, and that certainly applies to their fossil finds. This towering pterosaur is definitely one for the record books. We're talking about one of the largest flying animals, like, ever. It's not a bird, and it's not a plane. It's a Quetzalcoatlus.
Yeah, he's like, well, look at all these smaller ones down here. They'd better stay clear. This is my domain now. Let's look at it land. Yeah, surveying its territory. That massive sharp beak. Now we'll release the other one. Oh my god, look at that beautiful head coloration. Purples, blues, reds, and yellows just make it all pop, really. Look at that little Barbaridactylus just coming right up next to it. And the little Dimorphodon flying around too. They're like, he's so big! Okay, and now finally, Thanatos Dracon. Another group of Azarchids, though not as large. And with that, I believe we have released one of every flying reptile species in Jurassic World. Yep. So, yeah. This is, we're already at a 3-star park right here. Yeah, we're at a 3-star park, and yeah, our restaurants are really well configured, apparently. Yeah, authentic sushi is a pretty good idea. Let's go for an aquarium, an entertainer. We'll go for a photo booth, a dance machine, something to really wow them. And over here, boba. Boba doesn't seem like their cup of tea. Let's go for ginger beer. Let's go for photo booth. Yep. Then we'll action figures, so please. Let's go for fossilized ammonite here. No, wait, no. We'll go for a skeleton. Where's the skeleton? Skeleton display. Then we'll have a gift stand. And just to take it up a notch, a sculpture. Yeah. Then, of course, we may have to apply a few more of these different kinds of stands. We'll go for crates over here. Go for standard action figures. And we'll go for whatever they want over here. I don't really care. We're just oh, look at that. We are already at 4 stars. We are already at 4. Are we excellent at running a park or what? And we haven't even gotten halfway. This is going to be astounding right here. Okay? Now, next, we should go for what we know will take up the most space. On this side of the park, we'll have a lot of aquatic dinosaurs. We will have our aquatic parks over here. This will be our Jurassic World Marine Land, I guess. Our Jurassic Sea World, if you will. Only our Shamu will purposefully try to murder you. And really not give a shit about what happens after because it's a reptile. Yeah. So I'm thinking of a few different exhibits. But before we can do anything, the first thing we have to do is we have to lay out how this design is going to go. And I have a few ideas. Fortunately, I can't really zoom out far enough to accurately put them down because these exhibits got to be much bigger than the others. Okay, so we'll start here in the corner. Okay, apparently we started too close to the corner. Not a problem. We'll simply course correct for that. There we go. I don't know what happened there, but we'll need to fix that. Yeah, okay. That's perfect. And then we'll have a few others over here. Actually, no. That's a terrible idea. No, we got to orient this in such a way that it'll be lined up with the edge of the park so we can get maximum surface area here. Okay. And then we'll do one more exhibit over here, wrapping around the whole thing. And maybe one more after that, too. We probably won't... Oop. Yeah, no, we don't want that. We probably don't want... can't have all of the aquatics here, but we can have quite a few given everything we're doing about that. Okay, I'm thinking that that's a good arrangement for the aquatics park. Now we just need to decide which is going to go in what exhibit. I'm thinking... Charlie, we can't put T-Rexes in the water. You're an idiot. Okay? I'm thinking that we should start by just making a lagoon hatchery here. Okay? Because we'll need at least 2 lagoon hatcheries to keep all of this together. So we'll make 2 lagoon hatcheries, and now we'll start connecting them up to pathways. Now, the real question is, Charlie, T-Rexes will never learn to swim. They're not good swimmers. They physically weren't made for swimming. You need to stop this pipe dream. Now, we don't have to make viewing stands. Now, by that I mean we're definitely going to make viewing stands on a couple of them. But we don't have to. And here is going to be why. Because we also have access to a remote viewing platform. So, this is going to be the mosasaur exhibit. I've decided this is where our mosa will be. And we're going to want the mosa to be fed quite liberally. We're probably even going to go for a pair of mosasaurs. Okay. Next, this exhibit here, I believe, should be our Archelon. And, well, here, actually, I'll show you some of the different aquatic species. Yeah, we have quite a few different ones we can go to. I'm thinking this one will be our Nothosaurus and Archelon exhibits. And they require specialized equipment to work with. But that's the thing about them. They're pretty chill. So we'll get started by running some paths here. Just run some basic paths. Here, I'll even make this really easy here. We'll just we'll start by making a few circuits of different routes going through this whole area here, connecting up with branching pathways, you know. Just giving us some rough ability to move around here. For our guests to see all the different creatures we're going to have in this sea park we've got going. Yeah, let's okay. And we'll also just go ahead and have some paths that wrap around the outside out here. Yeah, it's funny, Charlie. You don't show up for any of the hard work and the annoying parts, but then the moment all the hard work comes to an end, now you want to show up and watch. Okay. Now, in order to actually get all of this to count, we will in fact need to give our guests a way to reach this location. And so we will once more be relying upon transportation. Because this is a big fucking park. And there we go. The path is connected up to get over. to the aquatic parks. You know what, Charlie? Saturday, I'm coming over to your house and I'm going to make you watch all of my streams, and then I'm going to beat you with a severed fish head. Don't ask where I'm getting the fish head. You know you're not getting that answer. But because you a bitch. Okay, let's do additional bays and accelerated growth, because we'll need that. So let's start by synthesizing some animals. And the first one we can obviously do is mosasaur. Okay? So let's modify that genome. We want a pair of them. We want them to have a small appetite. We want them to be humble. And we want them to be tolerant and accommodating. Actually, we don't really need the tolerance, since the only yeah. So let's begin the task, and then we'll make another. Now, thankfully, this is the one area of the park where you won't even need emergency shelters, because how are these animals ever going to hurt you? Yeah, these animals couldn't hurt you if you dangled your ass over the edge of the... Well, okay, they may hurt you if you do that, but obviously that would be a real stretch. I mean, come on. How's a mosasaur going to hurt you? It can't even get out the water. Now, while the mosasaurs are cooking, so do we. So we have a lagoon viewing gallery here. Okay, so we can actually have guests go under the water to see the animals. Now, that's pretty damn cool. I mean, being able to see down there under the water is pretty awesome. However, the mosasaurs are, of course, animals like anything else. And these animals are going to be kind of bored, if you can't tell. So, I want to try and make them some really nice lagoon decorations here. Now, the first thing we must obviously do is put an Indominus Rex skeleton in their exhibit to show their dominance. And then over here I'm thinking some geothermal vents. Okay. Then we may come over here and put in some coral. Thinking some of this. Maybe a few of these. Ooh, definitely some of those. And a few of those. And we want to make their exhibit look interesting. Of course, we'll have some lagoon lights scattered around so you'll be able to see the animals. Put some more coral over here. Maybe a couple of lagoon boats. Maybe he's been naughty. He was sinking. Ooh, and here's a cage where a T.Rex once was. Yeah, well, maybe he's been a couple of naughty mosasaurs here. They've been biting and sinking. A lot of different stuff.
Acknowledging asset collection request. Picking up asset.
Okay, and we'll just speed that. And there it is.
Asset transportation underway. Transit has commenced. Transportation complete.
Look at it. First thing out the box, and it's already charging around, looking for something to kill, something to eat. It's hungry. The reigning theory is that these species gave birth to live young in the water, but we've never found
Asset has been transported.
definitive evidence of that before. Yeah, there's going to be more than enough space for both of them. Especially with them expanding their territory. Let's see the other one. Similar skin. This one's Serra del Huasco, and this one is also Serra del Huasco. Well, isn't that an unfortunate coincidence? They both have the same skin pattern. But that's okay. I feel there's a little bit more we could do for this exhibit. Let's, No, let's not do lagoon planters. Yeah, God knows we don't want Jose the Gardener getting eaten by, mosasaurs. Because he was watering a palm tree a little too close to the edge. Okay. That looks good. Next. Next, I'd like to put something in this exhibit here. Thinking a lagoon viewing dome here. With remote viewing there. And then we'll have a main gallery here. And here. And then actually no. We will have a main gallery here and there with a shark feeding station in the middle. And this will be the location for our megalodon. And of course, I believe megalodon also would take fish, but we'll figure that out. Yeah, I picked the triangular shaped exhibit so it would be able to match its Tooth shape. What words don't you want to hear together, Charlie? So I will remember to say them as many times as possible. Naughty Mosasaurus? Well, I'm sorry that you feel that way, Charlie, but unfortunately, the Mosasauruses are extremely kinky and need to be paddled. They are some naughty, naughty reptiles. And I hope that makes you uncomfortable. Because I'm very happy that it does. Make sure to get Cassie to videotape it. I know she enjoys adding that to the family album. I'll be by your hospital room to jab sharp objects into your cast. And tell the nurse that you're going into anaphylaxis and that she needs to give you a shot of epinephrine right into your heart. Oh, yeah, it's going to be real fun, Charlie. Just remember, if you're ever sick and in the hospital, I will always be there to make it worse. So don't get ill. Don't hurt yourself.
Heading to collect the asset.
Remember my motto, Charlie. Life
Collection request received.
Life sucks. I can always be there to make it worse, though. Okay, now, what sort of exhibit decoration should we put into this? Put into this one. I'm thinking this one should be a lot more brutalist. Thinking rocks. Because great white sharks are not known for loving to hang around coral reefs. They are a benthic animal. They do not enjoy, you know, the average everyday kind of stuff that a lot of sea life does. Now, we could put maybe a couple different kinds of coral in here, but the main point is that this is a brutalist exhibit. This is an exhibit where the main focus is the animals themselves, and that they don't exactly enjoy a whole lot of frills.
Commencing asset transit.
Ah, and here comes our first one. Ooh, look at that beautiful patterning.
Delivery has been completed.
Ooh, look at him. Yeah, those chompers would make Randall jealous. Just look at them fine rows of sharp teeth. Oh, and we already have some guests looking at him. They're like, what you doing in my water, human? Ooh, listen to that ominous music playing in the background. You know, Universal Studios owns the rights to both Jaws and Jurassic Park. The fact that they couldn't get it through their heads to put a megalodon in a lagoon and have the Jaws theme start to play is nothing short of a failure on their part. I mean, seriously. Okay, then. Next, I'm thinking we should make an exhibit for our Nothosaurs and our Archelon. So, I think this will be a neat exhibit design here. We will have 3 lagoon stands. Actually, no. That's not where I want that. We want one here. We want one here. And we want one here. I'm going to have to delete the path here and redo this so we can actually fit it. So let me do the third one. There we go. Okay. Oop. There we have it. Perfect. Okay. Now, we will also have 2 viewing domes. There we go. Yeah. Now, Nothosaurus and Archelon are special because they are one of the few lagoon creatures that can actually leave the water. Yeah, they're special because they can actually come out of the water. So let's, we'll give them a few platforms here, randomly placed, to crawl out of the water and sunbathe. Yep. And then, of course, we have to decorate down here. Because what kind of monsters would we be releasing sea turtles and everything into a barren hellscape? So, I'm thinking we'll make a couple of those. Then maybe 1 or 2 of these. We don't want a thermal vent here. No. We want coral. And maybe a couple of those coral lights there. Okay, so that's one area with some life in it. Ooh, and then here's another one. Uh-oh, who's got low health? And why have they got low health? Oh! Yeah, okay, he's glitched. That's okay. Remain calm. Trank. Heal. And here I'll just go ahead and assign it to all 3. And we'll assign ranger teams to all 3 too. Okay, yeah. See, this is part of the whole process of being vigilant as a park manager here. Sometimes an animal glitches out and will slowly starve to death if you don't do something. Okay, now we'll have the capture team awaken the quest.
Let's ready up the drone.
Yeah, because since the animal's ragdolled there, if we wake it back up, it should begin acting normally. There we go. Okay, now we can continue. So, okay, so now that we've added some coral, we can add some kelp. To give these beautiful animals, you know, some nesting materials, things to play around with. Okay, now out here, I think just having some random rocks would be good enough here, because these guys, the Nothosaurs, they aren't going to be all that impressed with all the kelp. They strike me as some wild and crazy lizards. Okay, so I think we've done a good enough job there. Let's do the additional bays and accelerated growth. And now let's synthesize some dinos here. Let's start with Nothosaur. We'll have some random skin colors. Okay. First we'll fix their conditions they're having here. We'll have them be accommodating, tolerant, and humble. Okay. And they don't really have any preferences on likes or dislikes, so that's fine. Next, we'll do Archelon. We want them random. We don't want them to be antisocial, but we don't exactly want them to be social either. We want them to be tolerant. We want them to be fit. And we want them to definitely be long-lived. A loner. Well, that's not exactly one that I wanted to see, but okay. Okay, let's release the Nothosaurs. Yeah, look at these sleek, long-necked reptiles. Very Monitor Lizard-esque, if you ask me. Oh, that's right. We forgot to put food dispensers. Yep. Okay, let's see if any of them are making use of the facilities yet. Their exhibits are expanding. Their territory, I mean. They're almost like crocodiles mixed with seals. Oh, I think I know what this guy's doing. No? No, he doesn't want to go for a little walk. I see. Oh, no, he does. Oh, maybe not. Yeah, I'm thinking I'm going to build this park in 4 parts. And then once it's finished, we'll finish this game and I'll take a break from streaming for a while. Oh yeah, look at those Archelon, those huge soft-shell turtles. Their massive beaks. Yeah, they're gonna get you, Charlie. They're gonna get you. We're going to put you in its mouth, and it is going to carve you up like a jellyfish. Look at those giant turtles. Just so majestic. You know, I once saw a leatherback sea turtle in real life on the beach, and you know they are just beautiful and giant. These a little bit of controversy there. But anyway, they are beautiful, giant, majestic creatures. But these guys made them look tiny. Even through their immense size, they made them look small. Here, let's look at some of the other ones. Oh yeah, this one's got a nice brown thing going on. I like this one. It's very blue. Oh, look at that! Oh, he's hauling himself up. Isn't that cute? Oh, and it looks like the Nothosaurs are enjoying their time on land. Hey, buddies. Y'all having fun up here on your little rock islands? Y'all, you know, shrieking at one another crazily. Yep. Sometimes a sea turtle just wants to lay around and do nothing. Okay, well, that's the Archelon and Nothosaur exhibit taken care of. And I think we may have time for one more exhibit. Let's see what we can synthesize here. How about Shonisaurus? Yeah, Shonisaur, close relative of Shastasaur, one of the largest seagoing reptiles to ever exist. I mean, obviously it's not, the greatest, but it's not the worst either. And yeah, we did do the random color. Yeah. Let's begin that task. Yeah, we'll do Shonisaur, and then we'll have another species to accommodate it. I'm thinking, what is it like? Doesn't have any like species. I'm thinking with Shonisaur, we'll pair it with. Let's go with Attenboroughsaur. I like Attenboroughsaur. Because David Attenborough. Gotta love that David Attenborough. Gonna be a shame when he died. Richard Attenborough, his brother was actually the guy who voiced John Hammond. So, it's kind of a big deal. It's like, oh, you mean the famous documentarian voiceover guy? His brother was the guy who literally made Jurassic Park. What it was, because it's like John Hammond was what actually made the park. It wasn't the dinosaurs, it wasn't any of that. It was Hammond. And this one I'm thinking we'll do a radical different idea. We will have no lagoon viewing stands at all, and it will all be entirely underwater based. Okay? And I'm thinking for this one, kelp. Kelp should be the main focus. And there we go. So we'll start by releasing the Shonisaur. Oh, wow, look at that. Oh my God, that purple coloring. That is beautiful. Love it. Okay, but it does in fact need fish, so let's give it the fish that it definitely needs. But yeah, that is a beautiful animal right there. I mean, just look at that. That is a beautiful purple. certainly a happy animal, that's for sure. Oh, and it's rubbing up against the other one. They're socializing. Okay, now we'll release the Attenborough-saurs.
This dinosaur, the Attenboroughsaurus, is named after the famed naturalist and documentarian David Attenborough. I guess you could say dinosaurs run in his family.
Well, yes, you could, because John Hammond was voiced by Richard Attenborough, David's deceased brother. It's a good cohabitation. It likes, it's okay with Shonisaur. Has no problem sharing an exhibit with that. Okay. Though I suppose we could also add in another small creature to that exhibit. I'm thinking ichthyosaurs. Yeah, we could add some tiny ichthyos in. Shouldn't be any problem. Random. We want them to be humble. We want them to be exceptionally tall. I don't know why it would have such a high risk of being intolerant. That is not something that you want a dolphin-like animal to be. See, I don't like the aggressive. I'm just going to go for these guys. These 6 eggs. Let's release them. Oh,
While
look at
dinosaurs
them.
once ruled the earth, other animals ruled the seas. Take the Ichthyosaurus, a perfect example of what I'm talking about. They have a large dorsal fin, much like a dolphin. Or actually more like a shark.
Yeah, and look at those huge eyes. Their whole deal was they were very observant creatures. See, while Shonisaur and Shastasaur were like the whales of their time, ichthyosaurs would have been like small sharks or dolphins, maybe even a porpoise, you could say. Maybe not as actually social as a modern day mammal, but still kind of a cool thing there. And I guess if we really wanted to, we could make a Dunkleosteus exhibit right here this episode. So I guess we will. And then this one's going to be for Chronosaur. This one's going to be a Chronosaur exhibit. Yeah. So let's make a Dunkel exhibit here. Uh-oh. Another low health. Oh, yeah, gee, what a surprise. What a surprise.
Signing
And
a drop.
now awaken it. There we go. There. Honestly, I hate it when the animals get jammed like that. Anyway, let's continue here. We will need the remote viewing dome. Yeah, now this one, not going to have any way to view it directly with a lagoon stand because its whole deal is going to be it is underwater. Now this one is Dunkleosteus, an ancient fossil fish that no longer has any living descendants. And we want it to be very accommodating towards its fellow exhibit mates.
Asset to be collected.
Okay. Let me install some fish for it.
Asset has been collected.
Now, Dunkleosteus lived during a time of volcanic activity and unrest. He probably never actually saw a lot of
Asset
the...
transportation in progress. Delivery complete.
Whatever you do, do not write off the Dunkleosteus as just a big fish. There's no teeth, just 2 pairs of bony plates. And without warning, they can snap shut with the bite force greater than a wolf, greater than a lion, greater than an Allosaurus. So keep your toes out of these waters, all right?
Asset delivery confirmed.
Yeah, those jaws were designed for one thing. Shearing. See, there are no teeth. That is just a solid plate of bone, sharpened by bite after bite, designed to shear through smaller, weaker members of its own species or
Asset transported.
other creatures in the water column, like small sharks. Yeah. Hmm. Okay, I guess we can start with this next exhibit. Let's see what we have left. We have Chronosaur, Styxosaur, Elasmosaurus, and Plesiosaurus. I think we could do something with that. Let's start with Chronosaur. Okay, we want it to be humble. We want it to be tolerant of other species in the exhibit. We want it to be accommodating. We really just want this thing to not kill everything else in the exhibit. Okay? Which should be easy because there's only going to be 2 of them. Next, let's go for Elasmosaurus. Okay, we want him to have a small appetite. We want him to be humble. We want him to be tolerant. We want him to be accommodating. But we also want him to be defensive. Okay. And finally, we'll go for Styxosaur. Humble, tolerant, accommodating. Okay, so with this one, I think we should have a different approach. It's okay. A dinosaur fighting another dinosaur is nothing to worry about. Okay. Now, we're going to have remote viewing, remote stands here and here. Okay. So that's going to be A-okay. And, oh, right, we need to give them fish. That's right. Now, Chronosaur, funnily enough, can also eat shark. Chronosaur can do shark, so we're going to get 2 shark feeders for them, even though the vast majority of their food's going to be form of fish.
En route to collect the asset. Asset requiring collection.
You know, if I get the feeling if we release the Styxosaur and the Mosasaur exhibit, that it'll be all right.
Collecting asset.
So I'm going to go ahead and do that, despite my better judgment thinking, oh, it's going to kill that thing.
Transportation underway. Asset transportation complete.
Oh, look at him go. Yeah, he's such a beautiful animal.
Assets in the air.
And now he's got a friend. I'll just look at him. They're swimming around, expanding their territory. Now it's socializing with the other one, huh? Aw, isn't that cute? No, Charlie, there isn't a fish with a jaw like Dunkleosteus. The placoderms died out a long time ago. They have literally been dead longer than the dinosaurs, Charlie.
Confirming asset delivery.
Placoderms have long been extinct. Look at Elasmosaurus' head.
Transporting asset.
So long and snake-like.
Asset delivered.
Okay, let's speed it up because we're already over the time limit.
Asset transportation in progress. Transportation complete. Asset being transported.
Okay, let's see how
Asset has been
Styxosaur
transported.
reacts to being in an exhibit with
Assets in the air.
Mosasaurus.
Asset has been delivered. Asset transported.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so we managed to find a nice exhibit mate for Mosasaurus. One that hopefully it will not try and kill. Hopefully. No promises are made. If so, we'll just have to make another exhibit. Oh, look at him. And look at that neck. Yeah, the mosasaurs are over here swimming about. Probably thinking, can we find some children to eat? Got our chronosaurs. Yeah. What species do we have remaining? The only one left would be Plesiosaurus and Liopleurodon and Tylosaur. Fortunately, you cannot keep those three species together. At least I'm pretty sure you can. Okay then. Well, this seems like a very good place to stop. So let's save the game here. Okay then. Yeah. So this has been an MO7 production. I have been Moretti, and I will see you all in the next stream. Goodbye.